Man, why y'all boy playing like that though? Hey, why y'all boy playing like that though? Like, hold on. I know what y'all came here for. Before we get handle business, we gotta give a shout out to another video that reached the 100K. That's my second video, you know what I'm saying? That hit the 100K, and we almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok. Hey, all I'm gonna say is my partner, I just got on my phone with my partner. They say they need a face, they need a new face in the 2K community. So if y'all want me to be the face of the 2K community, just say that. Y'all get my video to 100K and shit like that, you know? Like, damn, making me feel good and shit. I don't even brag, you know what I'm saying? I don't even do that. I've been getting so much traction with me reacting to that, so it's only right, you know what I'm saying? I really got this video from my partner, shout out Smoke. He sent it to me, you know, he slid up. He was like, hey man, check the gameplay out. Check this out. He sent me 2 videos. The other one's like 53 minutes, I think. DL, Power DL. Hold on, let me see. So I won't lie. Your boy Double 8, that who dropped that one. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Double 8. Double 8. Shout out Joe No. I don't even know if this legal for me to do this. Off day video or whatever. But you know, I'll leave a link. Hey, don't shoot the messenger, bro. I'm new to this. I don't know. But we gonna react to this video. I think he dropped another one too. But man, I did too much talking. It's the complete gameplay breakdown, bro. Let's see what it's talking about. It ain't too long. It's 15 minutes.
Annual gameplay breakdown.
Hopefully we can, you know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Over everything gameplay related inside this video.
But everything I've been seeing, bro.
We'll be talking about the
crazy.
no RNG pure green window shooting from both 3-point and mid range. We're going to be talking about the new custom layups and how consistent we think those
floaters back.
The new dunk meter. We're able to see the green window again, but is it any good? We're going to be talking about dribbling. Can tall build speed boost again? Of course, we've got to cover on-ball defense for all you locks out there. Paint defense, rebounding.
My question is, what difficulty
when it comes to 2K26 gameplay? I'm also going to be posting some unedited, raw, full game online user versus user gameplay.
I ain't gonna lie, don't see
so stay on the lookout for that.
Hey,
but take a second,
drop
a like on the video for me.
Nice
Let's try to get this video to 20,000 likes, and let's get into this NBA 2K26 gameplay breakdown.
I need it.
All the play now clips in this video are on Hall of Fame difficulty. We're going to start off with some dribbling in the Learn 2K core. I don't know what the difficulty was on in there because whites were going in, but the play now clips are all on Hall of Fame. All right, let's start this off with dribbling. A lot of questions to be answered here, a lot of clips here for you to enjoy. Let's talk about it. First thing to remember, these are NBA players. They do not have optimized SIGs. You cannot change their SIGs. They have whatever they have. Durant has Durant SIGs. De'Aaron Fox has De'Aaron Fox SIGs, etc. But the gameplay you're going to see tomorrow, I can't really speak on it, but it's with the My Players, and in the test builder, you could change your SIGs, and it is a night and day difference from how the NBA players move to how you can move when you're able to change your SIGs. But this will give you at least a general idea of how it looks,
bro.
And you know how people are bursting.
Obviously,
I know a lot of people from my channel are gonna be like, bro, like are the big builds bursting again? And yes, you can speed boost on big builds. It's a night and day difference between 2K25 and 2K26. And people might say, oh, what about the small guards? And yes, the small guards can fly. They can really chain stuff together. People are definitely going to find some glitches.
Hey, listen, I don't really know about
dribbling. You can spam escapes. There's some really, really good launchy behind the backs.
These boys got no on fatigue either, though.
With like explosive behind the backs and momentum behind the backs. And you see, I mean, that's 6'11".
I ain't even gonna lie, listen. For dribblers that know how to dribble, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they're gonna have to get used to it, but they got the fundamentals of dribbling down pat, right? They probably loving this shit right now. They probably like, ooh, I can't wait. Well, for a person that don't know how to dribble, this shit look intimidating, boy. It's probably easy for you to learn, but like, boy, I'm not doing all this shit, man.
Changing directions on a dime.
Look,
you guys starting to see
I gotta learn how to do that.
Crossovers. Now, I do want to mention there's only so many hours in the day at Community Day that you can't really like fully focus on everything. And my boy Young Dirk was really focused on dribbling, so he sent me all these clips in the Learn 2K. So I'm gonna leave the link to his dribble tutorial.
How he do this first day? He said Young Dirk.
After you finish
he
this
did
video.
this first day.
But shout out to Young Dirk for hooking me up with the clips. I did get some dribble clips, but like I wasn't gonna spend a few hours on it when I knew possible. But what's really nice to see is all these different NBA players have different dribble styles. You know, like Curry has his, Fox has his, Kevin Durant has his, Jimmy Butler has his, etc. And they can all speed boost, and that's just a breath of fresh air. 'Cause I feel like in past 2Ks, it was like only 1 or 2 dribble styles could really burst cleanly. So it was like you were forced to use them. Now there's probably gonna end up being like a couple that are better than all the other ones. But y'all get what I'm saying? Like before, it was like no matter what, if you weren't using Darius Garland last year, you had a hitch run out. Or
and then I think this is gonna be good for the dribbling or whatever, cause like you can use what seed that you want. You ain't gotta go copy and paste. You know what I'm saying? You can find a seed that you want for real, because all these boys looking like they just
run
dribbling.
Out of dribble moves. It looks like
Ja Morant,
there's
Aaron
multiple
Fox,
dribble styles now that can
they
burst.
just had Jimmy
again,
Butler up
this
here
isn't even
dribbling, bro.
Optimal SIGs to go with the dribble
So it's
style.
like whatever
this is
player
just
you
what
want.
the NBA players have on. So just wait till tomorrow when y'all can see how the my players are moving. Now, I'm definitely interested in your thoughts on the dribbling from what you've seen here. So get your comments in down below and let's start the discussion. That is the Scottie Pippen behind the back that Mike was talking about. You know, they added some more explosive kind of behind the back dribble moves into the game. And that's
Hold on, bro. I'm already starting my play. Hold on. Where my pen at? Where my pen? Hold on. Handy dandy. Y'all seen how Scottie Pippen dripped behind the back? Already. Hold on. Go to a page. Ah! Oh, shit. That ain't no good. Stay your ass up there and chill out. Alright. Ruin my damn clip. Scottie Pippen behind the back. We starting early. 2K come out Friday. It's a holiday. Yeah, Scottie Pippen behind the back. It's a holiday Friday.
Definitely launches you forward. There's also, I think the Kobe White one felt pretty good. I was
okay. I see Trae Young.
Now I know a lot of you guys
really
probably want my opinion on dribbling. So here it is. I spent a fraction of the time dribbling as other creators. Like Dirk and Koza and other creators, they spent majority of the day dribbling. I spent probably 20, 30 minutes, tried it out, and then went to go get other information. But here's what I felt. It felt much more explosive than last year. It felt much more dynamic and like you had more burst. You had more pop with the ball in your hands. It felt like you could chain things together much more quickly. And most importantly for me personally, it just felt more fun. Now, I understand the bar for 2K25 was set extremely low, so to say it was better or more fun than that is like, well, you know, you're not really saying much, which I get, but it's just how I felt. Like, dribbling there, I was like, damn, like, this feels a lot more enjoyable than what I was doing the last 12 months on 2K25. So we'll see how the game feels at the official launch date. Because remember last year, people at Community Day found ways to speed boost dribbling-wise, and then it was removed by the time the actual game came out. So hopefully that's not the case this year. Hopefully all this stuff people are finding ways to burst and be dynamic, be explosive off the dribble. Hopefully all that stuff is there at launch. And then
I don't got no problem playing my role, but I know my guard
stuff. But that's enough about dribbling. Let's move on to some other gameplay aspects. All right, let's talk about shooting and shot contests. Got a bunch of clips here.
That's a shot.
I love that shot. Some green, some missed.
I love that shot.
Just take a look at it, and I'm gonna just let it play, and you guys can kind of start to assess, you know, how the shooting looks, how the contest system looks, and get your thoughts down below in the comments. I will say a few things. I know people are gonna ask about RNG and the pure green window and how did it feel and blah blah blah. Obviously, it's just a few hours that I was playing the game, because I also had to get my builder stuff done and all that. But the green window definitely felt more precise. Like,
ooh, where that cross is crazy.
It was earlier, it was late. Like you were like it was like if you were slightly off, it was doinking. So when I talked to Mike in that interview I did with him,
Overdose. I think Overdose back too. I think Overdose Overdose back, because you got 7-4, and they talking about pure green. Overdose back, bro.
Anything was like a more skill-based 2K24 shooting system. And I could kind of see where he's coming from, just because of, yes, you have the pure green window, but you got to be more precise than you were on 24. And I did feel that. Now, obviously, it's just a few hours. We'll see how it plays out when the game actually drops. But another thing that was noticeable was player height really matters still on the shooting. You know, taller builds definitely shoot over people and, you know, get contested less than the shorter builds.
Over the whole bag, bro.
And Kevin Durant was an absolute god because of that. I mean, KD was insane on this. All right, we're going to switch gears over to mid-range a little bit here. And I'll be honest with you, the mid-range felt really, really good. Tested it with KD, Shea. I think there's maybe like a Curry clip, a Luka clip. Like, definitely shot a few middies here and there, but was definitely using it a lot with Kevin Durant, just trying to see how the
midi game
was registering.
Them boys already said they coming out, man. They coming out shooting 1,000 middies
mid-ranges
first day,
10-15 minutes straight. They feel really
they coming out shooting 1,000 middies.
They feel really good on
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never been a fade. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get that in my bag, man. Hey, listen. I let my guys down a lot, bro, because like my bag don't get that deep. I can't even fade, bro. But like I gotta learn how to fade. I'm gonna fade that thing. Look at this.
You know,
I'm gonna fade that thing, bro.
The dribbling in the beginning of this video, right? Like people are able to move now on the bigger players, and that wasn't even my players. Like I said, that
I gotta
was
get that fade in my bag. I gotta practice fade,
all
bro.
that.
Fade.
You combine it with the fact that you're really like shooting over people in terms of that advantage. Like you might actually see back and forth this year of small guards and I gotta lock in. Both being viable again. I think overall for the game that would be beautiful. A little bit more diversity, a little bit more playstyle diversity. What I will say about shot contests is they definitely felt stronger than 2K25. 2K25 to me felt like you were kind of praying for a contest. Like 90% of stuff just registered open. It didn't feel like that on this game. It definitely felt stronger, but not stronger to the point where ghost contests were happening like in past 2Ks. If a dude had his hand down, especially against a guy like Durant who's so tall, but even other players that we tested like Shea and stuff, it would say open if their hand was down. So if they reached and you shot it, it said open. If they jump, but they were, you know, super late getting out to you, it would still say open. If you created enough space, like on that fade over Chet right there, it says open. But then if they, you know, if they're under you and they get a hand near your face or near where the ball was,
I hope
jump in time to get there before you release the ball,
the
register some type of contest.
On the perimeter don't bother me. The contest in the paint bothers me, bro. Like, you can be all over a dude and then be say weak. What you mean? If you get called my player, we just say that, but that wasn't.
Now let's talk about rhythm shooting. The new rhythm shooting system, right? Apparently, you only have to green the tempo, and that is confirmed because you're about to see a couple clips of it, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna be honest. You know, apparently, if you don't green the timing, it makes it harder to green the tempo, but as long as you just green the tempo, it's still.
So all you gotta do is green one of them. And I thought that was happening anyway, though.
Without the meter, it's kind of like, man, he's making whites is kind of what I feel like, you know, even though I understand the system is different, but when you turn the meter on and see it visually, I mean, I'll be honest. It hurts my soul.
Tempo broke.
This dude is making a quarter bar shot, but I understand the logic is different now. But I think we're all like ingrained in the 2K25 rhythm shooting system. Let me know your comments down below. Let's talk quick about perimeter defense.
So I thought rhythm shooting. I thought if you green, well, you probably did miss. I'm thinking about it, but I done seen some people make it too though.
You see right here, Lou Dort cuts off Kevin Durant coming up the court, and they get a physical body up, cut off, like bump animation.
He's still green.
If someone's moving, if a dribbler is moving, and you cut them off, you will get a bump, physical body up bump.
A good defense.
But a big difference I noticed was on 25. If someone was standstill dribbling at the top of the key, you could just like press against them and interrupt that dribble sequence. Now, I'm not going to say it's impossible to interrupt someone's standstill dribble sequence because obviously I just tested it in the limited amount of time that I had, but it definitely felt night and day difference to 25. 25 felt like if someone's dribbling, you know, on the perimeter, standstill, you could just basically run up to them, smash into them, and interrupt their whole dribble combo, and it would put their player in like a bump
good steal.
Didn't feel like that on this game until they started moving. Once they started to try to burst past you left or right or try to drive to the basket or whatever, then if you were running with them, then there would be some type of body up collision.
This is made me want to go play now, y'all. I ain't gonna care.
It definitely was a
and I want my part player, my Rick player.
Last quick thing for perimeter defense bumps. Off the little push cross here into the defender's leg, lose the ball. I know a lot of people are like anti-push cross, anti-De'Aaron Fox crossover. Well, position yourself correctly, you could be knocking that ball free without even having to reach. All right, let's talk about layups. We know custom layups and slow-mo Euros and all this new layup stuff they're adding. So let's talk about it. Layups definitely felt much improved from 2K25, but that's not saying much. Layups pretty awful in 2K25.
Floater?
Size matters. You saw that one right there with Giannis. You're going to see some with Trey, Luka. Size matters in terms of getting contested.
Hey, I don't know if this was like this in 2K25, but y'all just seen how that meter, like as he was steady going, the meter got a larger green window. I like that.
Like the bigger players
I like that.
go up with more 50-50 takes.
I like that.
And the green window would stay a bit bigger than the smaller players. But overall,
like how it bounced,
Trey,
you know what I'm
Luka,
saying? Even then.
Giannis, whoever it was, being able to see the green window, I know it was an old feature. Like we had it in 2K24, then they got rid of it. They brought it back. I'm not hyping it up like, whoa, like this is. But it's
liked it
nice to be able to see it.
So it wasn't in 2K25 because Joe just said they brought it back.
But also so you know what's a good take and a bad take and help you understand what you can and can't go up.
I mean, floaters back too.
Now let's talk about driving dunks.
Let's talk about
dunk meter. You know, I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about this, so let's talk about it.
Dude was taller.
First thing I'll say, size matters again. It felt like the bigger players got more consistent green windows.
Size matters.
Some concerning things was I still feel like there's some kinks that need to be worked out in terms of the dunk meter. I have a couple of specific clips coming up here in just a second. And I did bring it to their attention, and I'm sure other people did as well at Community Day. And as we know, we saw last year, they definitely make changes after Community Day. You know, last year they nerfed builds and took out certain dribble speed boost animations and stuff. But
no, why would you say that? Well, I know you say it's true, but damn, so that means they can buff this shit. Damn, bro. All the good dribbling that we seeing, he just said basically that they can take the shit away.
Check out a couple of these animations.
Don't take the shit away.
You're gonna see me beat the defender, and or whoever I'm playing against gets past me, and we're just driving to the basket. Like right here, Ant Edwards slides through, has a clear path to the hoop. By the time he goes up with the dunk,
he bumped him though.
Stays small. So that's a little alarming to me.
I don't know.
Like I don't know. There's still some kinks to definitely work out. Like this one right here, it's a clean drive.
That was
blew by the defender.
He blew him by for real. The other dude was kind of like there.
When I started the dunk, maybe the defender was still like pushed against me. I'm not
there's got to be
like
money.
There's definitely some stuff
That's Yanni though. He's driving.
But even with that being said, we're still getting some nice contact dunks at times. Sometimes the green windows were big, sometimes they were small, so definitely figuring out exactly how the logic works. But something I definitely like is when they take you out of the dunk meter, you turn it into a layup, and it's usually a pretty greenable layup. So I feel like that is a nice change. Instead of it just being like, I went up for a dunk meter, they took me out of the dunk meter, and now the play is cooked. It's like, nah,
I just hope it's better.
I wanted to dunk it, but now I got hit, so I'm gonna, adjust my body and be able to turn it into a layup type of thing. So we'll have to see how the dunk meter plays out. I'm not really sure if it's good or bad yet. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure. I need to see more, and I need to see what kind of changes are tweaked by the time the game launches. Let's move on to interior defensive standing dunks. There's definitely some crazy interior defense animations.
Thank you.
Look at this one by Rudy.
Rudy just jumped. What Rudy's vertical is?
They have great interior defense.
What Rudy's vertical is just did that.
But you could definitely get some crazy stops. Now, wide open standing meter dunks. You see how big the green window is, and even
hold on.
Even like standing meter dunks against smaller defenders, like Wemby just going up over smaller defenders. See the size of the green window. It kind of feels like it's like you could get crazy stops, but you could also get crazy dunks. It's kind of I'm not really sure. Like we'll have to see how it plays out, but they both definitely felt viable. Like if you timed when you were going to jump and stop, it's like you'd get a crazy ante. But you could also, if you went up with the standing dunk and they weren't entirely properly positioned, you would just boom it on them. Also, a little detail I noticed right here, as Joel was backing down on Wemby, look at when Wemby jumped, his hand was behind, like Joel
playing with me. I'm standing dunk all 2K26, bro,
and it registered open.
Straight standing dunk, bro.
Sometimes if you did that, it would still register a contest just because
I probably need to be paying attention.
And it like Joel pinned him so deep in the dead zone that when he jumped, his hand hit the back of the backboard and it registered open. I feel like in past games, sometimes if you did that, it would still register a contest just because it was like it thought you were supposed to be there, but you weren't actually there because you got stuck on the hoop.
Man, please don't bag my dude behind him.
I noticed, but you see the size of these standing dunk meters. You could definitely go crazy with the standing dunks, but then you also saw some of the paint stop animations I was getting. It's like you could definitely go crazy with the interior stops as well. Like here's one from Wemby. I mean, I'm not really sure which one's going to be better, but they both definitely felt viable, at least for the little bit that I tested them. Last thing, rebounding.
I might go 7-footer. I'll get. Hey, I might go 7 foot out the gate. I'm thinking about 7 foot post score too. Fuck it. I want to go post score.
HUD. I did notice that. I know some people have been asking that, but as you can see here, you don't have to green the rebound to get it. You know, Mike has already talked about that, but just so people could be clear about that. And then even here, I'm on Jokic. I green the rebound, and my teammate grabs it instead of me.
How do you green the rebound?
It doesn't mean you're automatically going to get it. But this is what the green feedback looks like. Figure we'll just touch on that.
How you green it though?
But if you
I guess you got to press triangle.
Edited footage of the first part game in NBA 2K26. Click that video.
You played the part? Hold on, y'all. You played the part? Should I go? Should I go react to that next? I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna react to it. Hey, let me know in the comments y'all want me to react to the first part gameplay, bro. This shit looking crazy. I'm thinking about going 7 footer, bro. 7 foot post score first bill. Let's do it.